Hi guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something a little different than normal. From the title you can see that yes, I was a teen mom, and I want to just talk to you guys about my story leading up to actually being a mother. Like, it's crazy. I went through so many different changes. I hid my pregnancy for 5 to 6 months. I told my mom at 5 months. I told, or everybody else found out at around 6-7 months ish. And yeah, I want to just talk to you guys about like the events leading up to actually delivering my daughter, because it was so many times where she wasn't going to be here, and then so many times that, yeah, so let's just talk about that. Okay, so I went to a small high school. Like, it was really small, and everybody knew everybody. So I was dating this guy, and we were dating, you know, casually having sex, and just, you know, one thing led to another, you know, this how to get a baby or whatever. So that's what happened. And we were in school together, we played soccer together, we worked together, we were all around each other all the time. So when it happened, we kind of like, when I got the pregnancy test, like after like 2 months in, I was like reassuring him that, oh, I can just, you know, we can get an abortion. He was reassuring me that, hey, you need to do something about this, you know, like, not reassuring, that's not really a good word, but he was just letting me know, hey, we need to figure out something. We can't have a baby. I'm in high school. He was younger than me. He's like 1.5 years younger than me. So he was saying, oh, you know, we can't do this or whatever. So yeah, so I was 17, he was 16 when we started dating. I think I was about 18. I was a senior in high school when I got pregnant with my daughter. So guys, hear me out when I say that I wanted to get an abortion for him and like his situation with his parents, and just like, you know, just trying to be nice, a nice person. And I said that like so naive then, but now I'm like, what was I thinking, you know? But I wanted to get an abortion because I didn't want to end no one's life. Like, I just felt like a baby would just end his life. I could mentally deal with it, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. But I went to the health department, and this lady, I know I'm all over the place guys, but I went to the health department. This lady, the nurse, and she was just sitting down with me, and she was just telling me like, you don't need to do this if you do this, because I was calling around trying to get like information on how to get the abortion, like what would happen, what would be the procedures, all these different things like that. So at 2 months I went and got like confirmation that I was pregnant. And yeah, they gave me all the, like, you know, the little kit, everything they give you when you are expecting a baby, due date and all that kind of stuff. So and I didn't have no, like, I was so numb to all of the little magazines, all the little, you know, I didn't want to have no attachment or no connection or anything. I just was like, I was like, I know this is not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do this. You know how you have that feeling like, oh, I'm not worried about this because this is not even gonna happen. Like, I'm not worried about it, you know, type thing. So I get to the health department, and she's just telling me like her story. That's why I feel like it's so important for me to share my story on YouTube and just in other places, little by little, because it helps other people. This lady was telling me that her daughter had was gonna get an abortion for her granddaughter, with her granddaughter, and she showed me like the pictures of her and all that, and turns out the girl was in my class that was gonna be aborted. And I was just like, wow, that's so, like, you know, that's so surreal. And she was just saying like, if you go through it, you're the person that's gonna have to answer to God. And she was just saying that you're the person that is going to have to pay the price at the end of the day. And, you know, it's gonna be on your conscience, not really his much. So, and if you do it, that's what she told me. She said, if you do decide to do it, go to like a professional person. Don't just go to like one of these rinky-dink places, you know, whatever. So that was at 2 months, guys. Didn't I just tell you guys I hid my pregnancy up to 6 months? So that whole time I was still on the soccer team. I was still working my job at the fast food joint. I was still acting like there was nothing happening, because I knew my friend and I had decided spring break we were gonna go and go to Alabama or whatever and get this done. Like, she was supportive with it. She kind of just like, you know, let's just go. You know, you have one of those friends that are like, just let's just roll dogs or whatever, they just go with the flow. But that's how it was, and we were gonna go. What happening was I was just calling different places, and they was telling me the procedures, because at this point now I'm like 3 to 4 months, and we knew that, hey, at 3 months you cannot get an abortion, or so they say. And so I was calling around places, because it felt like I wanted to do it, but then I was scared. But I don't know. So anyways, we ended up calling around different places, and they was telling me the procedure, and they were like, since you're like 4 months, the baby's like almost like kind of like developed or whatever, they're gonna have to like crush the skull and like pull the baby out, like just gonna come out. I was like crying, because I was like, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want that to happen to my body. I didn't know what was gonna happen, so I just didn't go through with it. I just said that I was gonna do it myself. I know this sounds crazy, guys. Trust me, this is real life. This is what happened. This was my mindset. I didn't have, I don't know. There's no excuses of how I was feeling. It was literally a demon, and my mind just was not in the right place emotionally or mentally. So what I decided to do, around this time, it's March. My daughter would have been born in August, so this is about March time, and spring break was in March. So at that time we were like, no, we're not gonna do that. Let's do something different. So I'm drinking, I research. You can find everything on Google, guys, like everything. So I go on Google, I'm looking at different ways to kill a baby. Like, that's just blunt with it, but that's what I was looking at. And so I was looking at all that, and then they were saying drink vinegar, accidentally fall. I was looking at ways not really to get an abortion, but like miscarry in a sense. So they were like, drink vinegar and accidentally fall. And like, I know there's another way you can, like, I don't want to give you guys any ideas. If you're watching this and you're a teen mom and you're pregnant, I don't want you to do these different things and try to like harm yourself or your child. So I'm not even going to explain all in detail what the different ways you can do it, but it's on the internet. So sad. But anyways, so I tried the vinegar, and the only thing that happened was I burnt my throat. Like literally I scarred my throat because I was drinking the vinegar. And I was still playing soccer. I'm in like 3 months now, 4 months pregnant, and I'm like falling down on purpose and different things like that. So that was happening. And what else? At that point I was just like, I was desperate. So I ended up calling the women's resource place, the center, and I was thinking that it was an abortion clinic. They told me to come in, and they was giving me all this information, and I was just like, no, this is not the reason. I don't want the baby. I don't want the baby. And they were just saying like, you know, you need to love yourself, love the baby, and don't kill the baby. And I'm like, I'm not killing the baby. I don't know the baby. I'm not killing the baby. I don't know the baby. I don't want to know the baby. Like, I don't want to have no attachment, no anything. So I left there, and that was my darkest moment. That was my darkest moment, and that's when I felt like I had no choice. Oh yeah, that was the darkest moment. Guys, I don't even know why I'm sharing this. Like, I really don't, but I know it's gonna reach somebody. I don't know if it don't reach anybody. I just know that it helps me to retell, and I can't help but to tear up when I remember all these different things. These are like vivid memories. You know, she's 9 years old now, but it's vivid memory. I can't say let's go straight into my life as a teen mom when I was a teen mom, because I had so many different things that led up to being an actual mother. It wasn't like boom, pregnant, ooh, boom, boom. You know, it was a lot of different things mentally just going on with me, and my spirit at the time. I didn't know God, like I said before, but he was working something in me that I can help, and I can have compassion and empathy for the next person that I see, and not judge them based on their circumstances. I still graduated high school, guys. It took me a little longer to get my degree, but it's okay, you know. I did not want to be a statistic. I did not want to be the average teen mom, doesn't finish college, the average teen mom lives on government assistance for the rest of her life, you know, this and that, and you know, just I didn't want to be the average. I didn't want to be a statistic. And I'm still bettering myself to this day. I drove to like an area. I had my knife. I had, you know, 2 knives. I had 2 different knives, and I was going to like literally stab myself in the stomach to kill the baby. At this point, I'm 5 months pregnant, and yeah, that was my mental state at that time. I sat there in that car for 3 hours. I could not go with it. I couldn't go through with it. I just couldn't do it. And I thank God, you know, like I thank God that he didn't allow me to do that, you know, because it was very selfish of me, even though I felt like I was being selfless, because I was not worried about myself and my feelings. I was worried about somebody else's happiness and somebody else's, you know, life. I was being very selfish because I was not thinking about my child. Like, and at that moment, I didn't know that I was, you know, I didn't have that mom mode. I didn't have that. But something in my gut told me that was wrong. Like, that was wrong. That there's no right in that. I had talked to my mom about it before, and I would like beat around the bush. That's why it's so important to know your kids. That's why it's so important to talk to your kids. That's why it's so important to really have a connection with your kids, because at the end of the day, they're crying out for help. They're crying out for help, and no one's listening. No one's listening. So I will talk to her, and it's not even my mom's fault, because I don't know, she couldn't really see it, you know. God gives us all gifts of discernment and different things, and she just cannot see it. It made me a better mom now, you know. All my experiences in life, from brought up, you know, from being a foster child all the way up until now, like things happen, and it, you know, it changes and alters your life, but for the good, you know. Even though it don't feel good right then, it changes for the good. So I get to, you know, I wanted to do that or whatever. I just could not go through with it. I still have like a little scar on my stomach right now that I was like trying to get the knife to go in. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I was so tired. I was so overwhelmed with just emotional state. My emotional state was just, it was destroyed. Like, there was nothing left for me to do. It was just break down. And I just really told my mom to take me to the doctor, because even after that, I could not really tell her. I can't even tell her why I needed to go to the doctor. I just made up some lame excuse. We get to the doctor, and I'm telling them that my kidneys are hurting, you know, and this and that. And this is like the very next day, or maybe a day after that, because I think it was the weekend or something. It was like yeah, we went to like an emergency room. So they told my mom that I was 10 weeks, that they thought that I was, they told my mom I was pregnant, and they were like, oh, she shouldn't be nothing like 8 or 9 weeks or 10 weeks. She's so small. And I knew in my mind, I'm like, I am not, you know, I'm 5 months pregnant, like, you know. And so they came back, and first of all, my mama's first reaction was, you're pregnant, you know, just like, you're pregnant, you know, type thing, like, you know, just very like intense. And then she went to, oh, well, you're 18, you know, you have to graduate from high school, you should be okay, you know, you're all right, you're gonna be all right. And I didn't feel all right. I was relieved that she knew. I was relieved that I didn't have to carry this in my soul anymore, but I wasn't all right, you know. So they came back and they told her I was 20 weeks pregnant, and that's when she was like, what, you've been pregnant, you know, this and that. And then it was another thing to tell the guy's mom. My mama did that. She really helped out with a lot of the behind the scenes things, you know. That really helped me, because I didn't want to face the mom. I knew her, I loved her, I still to this day I love her, his mom or whatever. And I just couldn't tell her that, you know. I didn't want to break her heart. And so my mom did it, and she was by my side ever since then. I get there, they're like pro baby, you know, they're not, you know, they're pro life. So I don't know, I stayed there, and I became in love with my child. Like, I became in love with the fact that I was pregnant. These people, they really took the time. Oh my God, they really took the time. Oh my gosh, they really took the time to sit with me and to really they took the time to really explain the benefits of kids, and just like the love of the parents and all that kind of stuff. So I found an amazing husband, and he loves my daughter. We met, she was a year old, and got married, and he's been dad ever since then. So that's the girl you see in the videos, guys. That's Carson. That's who you see in my videos. That's my heart. And thank God she came out, not a sign wrong with her, mentally, just physically, everything intact, everything just fearfully and wonderfully made. Have empathy for people that you see. They may not even want to be in that situation, but they're in that situation. But not saying that whatever they did, but to get in their situation, yes, they did it, but you don't know their mindset. You don't know what they're doing and dealing with up here. You don't know. Because at the end of the day, this is, if you can conquer your mind, you can conquer anything. God, y'all be blessed, okay? Have a great rest of the week, and happy Thanksgiving. The holidays are here, so have a great holiday, you know, in general. So I will see you guys on the next video. Let me know if you want to hear any more about different types of stories I could talk about. I don't know, my life is just a book now. It's like an open book now. But I do have a blog about this whole situation that I have talked about today. I wrote it a few years ago, and I probably need to go back and update it, but I'm gonna link it in the bio, or not bio, I'm gonna link it in the description so you guys can read it. And it's basically telling you the different things, because I'm retelling it, but it's kind of like it was very fresh at that time. So go read it if it, you know, it may bless your soul. So I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys later. Bye.